CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Evan Kenny.
We all need to be paying our fair share, and right now these short-term rentals are not.
The debate over how short-term rentals operate in our city, Airbnb and Vrbo hosts could soon have new rules to follow and taxes to pay. Good evening. A city report on short-term rentals like Airbnb and Vrbo is receiving scathing reviews from the hotel industry. City staff say concerns around the rentals are overblown and recommend maintaining the status quo. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports, councillors decided to ignore that advice.
You can book this whole house in southwest Edmonton for about $300 a night on Airbnb. It's one of thousands of short-term rentals available in our city. While most operate without issue, councillors have been hearing about the bad actors.
My office has received complaints from some of the party houses around the White Avenue area, whether it's greater security concerns or waste management concerns, etc.
Tasked with assessing the situation, city staff found fewer than 100 public complaints about short-term rentals in 2024. That's less than 1% of all complaints to the Community Standards Department.
The scale of the problem doesn't appear to be that great in Edmonton.
That's why staff advised councillors against imposing new rules on the sector, claiming those regulations could be ineffective and difficult to enforce.
With respect, this report is flawed, biased, and incomplete.
The city didn't consult the hotel industry for its report. Spokespeople told councillors the biggest problem with short-term rentals isn't disruptive partiers, rather unfair taxes.
We are opposed to corporations and individuals buying up multiple properties and running them like hotels, without the same health and safety rules, employment standards, or tax obligations legitimate operators face.
We all need to be paying our fair share, and right now these short-term rentals are not.
So councillors told city staff to try again. Now they're looking into mandating business licenses for platforms like Vrbo and Airbnb, forcing hosts to pay commercial taxes, and a system to hold problem properties accountable for bad behavior.
We do need greater regulations. We have done this for other sharing economy like rideshare, which in my opinion has made the industry better.
It's expected to take a year to draft those regulations. In the meantime, councillors say keep filing complaints. They'll help council decide what comes next. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Edmonton police are upset with a planned plea deal in a murder case involving an 8-year-old girl. The girl was killed in an Edmonton apartment in 2023. Her body was later found in Muskogee in a hockey bag in the back of a pickup truck. A woman who can't be identified to protect the identity of the child was initially charged with first-degree murder. Police have since learned the Crown prosecuting the case intends to accept a plea of manslaughter and an 8-year prison sentence. Yesterday, EPS sent a letter to the Assistant Deputy Justice Minister urging the deal to be taken off the table. In the letter, police say significant evidence was collected to support the first-degree murder charge. EPS says if the plea deal goes ahead tomorrow, it will release investigation details, allowing the public to decide for themselves if justice was served. The federal Liberal caucus is in our city for 3 days of meetings ahead of the fall sitting of Parliament. Prime Minister Mark Carney arrived tonight, but some Edmontonians were hoping to catch his attention sooner with a protest this afternoon.
What do we want?
Friends of Medicare and the Canadian Health Coalition, healthcare workers and patients rallied outside the downtown library near the caucus meeting today. They're also planning different events there for the rest of the week. They want the government to follow through on its promise of expanding the national pharmacare program. Legislation was passed last year, and deals have been struck with Manitoba, BC, PEI, and the Yukon.
Because it's absolutely unfair that folks in Alberta or Saskatchewan don't have the same access to diabetes and contraceptive medications as folks in BC and Manitoba and PEI. It's a matter of fairness, and it's a matter of keeping their promises to voters.
Liberal MPs held several group discussions today focusing on women's issues, the economy, and Indigenous issues. The caucus retreat continues through Thursday. Carney is also meeting with Premier Danielle Smith tomorrow. Parliament resumes on Monday. Advocates say more needs to be done to keep girls in sport. They say the province's new requirements for female athletes could end up being another reason girls are more likely to drop out of sports than boys. CTV's Connor Hogg reports.
Alberta's Education Minister says the province's Fairness and Safety in Sport Act will help keep athletes safe. It requires women and girls to confirm their sex at birth to ensure trans athletes are not competing in female divisions, both in schools and outside.
A lot of women and girls drop out of participating in competitive sports because of the physical nature that it can sometimes have as individuals get to more senior levels.
That wouldn't really necessarily be what the research supports.
Registered psychologist Katie Castle says by age 14, girls are twice as likely to quit sports as boys. She says there are many reasons why girls drop out as they hit adolescence, not the physical demand of the sport itself.
What changes is body image, self-confidence, their value on being with their peers. Those are the things that we know really change for girls, regardless of whether we're talking about girls' sports or boys' sports. Every sport gets more intense and harder on your body as you grow.
Castle says the biggest safety risk to young athletes is often the adults around them, not other athletes. Girls in Sport founder Dia Syed says building girls' confidence will keep them on the court.
We assume that they can't take on the challenge and get to where they need to be. And then, quite frankly, if somebody who's scared, and again, I speak for everybody, if we're scared at doing something and somebody gives you an out, you're probably going to go, yeah, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore.
Syed says improving infrastructure can get girls and anyone around the financial, internal, and social barriers to sport.
How to approach them and how they feel safe when making mistakes. Because once you feel safe when making mistakes, it's like a world of opportunity.
The Ministry of Tourism and Sport says the province is committed to supporting girls and women through programs, grants, and partnerships, encouraging them to continue playing. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
A University of Lethbridge professor has resigned from the school's Board of Governors over the province's new rules for female athletes. The U of L has implemented a policy in line with provincial guidelines on an interim basis.
While you can speak against things on the board after the meeting is done, you're required to support any decision that's rendered, and I simply could not stand and support this decision. I feel it is wrong.
Craig Coburn says he's taking a stand to protect fundamental human rights of students. Coburn says he can't support the mandate and calls it discriminatory. He's also encouraging other faculty to stand with the students. Some people living near Calgary are angry about a data center being built in their community. The project is planned for Rocky View County near Balzac. It includes multiple data centers and a power generation facility in the project's second phase. The developers say the project will have substantial long-term benefits to the county's fiscal position. The company says it could generate $14 million in annual tax revenue. Those who live in the area are concerned about their property value, the potential health impacts, and water use. They also say it'll be an eyesore.
My farm is going to be smack dab in between this development and the development existing at Balzac already. We've already had our share of developer problems with dirt dumping, with water well issues, with water runoff and pumping illegally onto our land from reservoirs that weren't made big enough from these projects.
This is an important project for Rocky View County and for Alberta to be part of the growing AI infrastructure that's taking place.
50 people registered to speak at the issue, or rather to the issue at Rocky View Council today. The special meeting will continue tomorrow because of the number of speakers. Once everyone has been heard, Council will vote on the fate of the data center project. An Alberta DJ says his livelihood is in jeopardy after his Instagram account was disabled with no clear explanation why. Users around the world are facing the same issue and are blaming parent companies Meta's use of artificial intelligence. CTV's Terry Fikowski reports.
Talon Doak is a DJ in Calgary and until recently shared his performances on Instagram.
I would say it's like the 2025 version of like a resume or LinkedIn. So without it, it's kind of like you don't exist. because that's where people check first.
He racked up quite a following with more than 10,000 users and 1 million views a month. But that all disappeared when his account was disabled in April after it was flagged for violating the platform's community standards on child exploitation and nudity.
The only thing that I just posted before I went to sleep that morning was something about like DJing. It had nothing to do with like anything close to what they said. On my phone, it won't even let me log in.
Despite multiple efforts to appeal, he remains locked out 4 months later.
Summer is always like my busiest season, so like not having it, I missed DJing the Calgary Stampede. I missed like the festivals I did.
The issue is being linked to Meta's artificial intelligence monitoring system, which experts say is prone to mistakes.
If they are using AI for the sort of automated moderation and the AI is making mistakes, then Meta has the responsibility to ensure that users have a way to report these issues and have these issues addressed in a fair and equitable way.
More than 40,000 users agree, with a petition circulating calling on the social media giant to act. That includes Jesse Vitterall, a paramedic from Cochrane, who is fighting to have his personal account reinstated.
What was the reason? And just to be able to like talk to someone human.
He also believes Meta should be accountable for flagging people for things like child abuse without any recourse.
It's not just about losing social media, it's about being labeled with something so harsh and devastating. I think it needs to be sorted out.
CTV did reach out to Meta for comment, but the company did not respond. Terry Fikowski, CTV News, Calgary.
A local soccer superfan is getting ready to snap up tickets to the upcoming World Cup. Larry Zima has spent countless hours and dollars watching soccer all around the world. During the last World Cup, he flew to Qatar to cheer on Team Canada. Zima is crossing his fingers. He'll be able to score seats this time too. Fans can sign up tomorrow to enter a lottery to buy tickets. Zima says it'll take a team effort.
I have friends from across the country who are all doing the same thing, buying the visa pre-draw. The Voyageurs have a partnership with Canada Soccer, if you're a member, for their Canada Soccer draw. And then General Sales will be trying everything to get. They're going to be in demand in this country. The soccer community in Canada is growing. It's strong, and they're behind the team. And, you know, with 3 guaranteed games at home, possibly 5, if you include we win our group stage in the next one. We have 4 games in Vancouver. People want to be there. It'll be exciting.
The World Cup starts June 11th with the first game in Canada on June 12th. The final takes place June 19th. Classes are back in session, and some students are getting a fresh start to the day. CTV's Sasha Petramala reports on a new kind of school bus hitting city streets.
Good morning. For this group of elementary school students, today's morning bus ride looked a little different.
I liked how we all biked to school without having to walk. It was just so much faster.
Bike Bus Edmonton offers kids a jump start to their school day.
We ride along a pre-planned route. We've got scheduled stops, and people join in along the way to have a ton of fun on their way to school.
Led by parent volunteers, safety is their #1 priority.
Yeah, it was safe. I mean, it's all side roads. Yeah, it was good.
Let's everybody practice our turning signal hand. If you can let go of a handlebar. If you can't, that's okay.
Founding organizer and parent volunteer Kellen Westman says the benefits are endless and the kids love it.
It's a healthy start to the day. There's a lot of research to suggest that engagement at school is a lot better when you've had an active start.
I do, even though it makes me sore.
Something I found out for myself when I joined in on the ride. Bike Bus Edmonton picks up and drops off kids to and from Rutherford Elementary School once a week.
It's not every day right now, but my vision is that it is every day. This should be the normal way that everybody gets to school all the time.
And while setbacks sometimes happen, a valuable lesson is taught.
We celebrated that crash. It said he got back up. We gave him a big round of applause. Like, great crash, buddy. You got back up. Let's go. Let's get to school.
After the ride, snacks and stickers are handed out to top off the morning. Would you do it again?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was fun.
Sasha Pietramala, CTV News, Edmonton.
Coming up next, how one man is helping cancer patients and survivors in central Alberta. Also just ahead, 2 water skiers from landlocked Alberta return home with World Championship medals.
There's a lot of things that came together to make it a really, really cool moment.
Good evening, folks. It was a hot one today, 29 degrees, although a little hazy. Air quality health index again in the moderate risk range, and that'll be the case for at least one more day tomorrow. Temperatures will also slip a couple of degrees. Take a closer look at that and the return of the near 30 heat for Thursday, Friday in just a few minutes.
One man in Red Deer is using his personal experiences to help others with cancer. Here's more on how he's helping people with physical, mental, and financial supports. Jason Comtong knows how hard it is for cancer patients to admit they need help. He battled cancer more than a decade ago. He lost his tongue and part of his jaw, which required numerous surgeries. Now, he's helping others going through it.
A lot of it is an emotional problem that we have. But as a man, I would not want to have to ask for help. But when we have cancer, we have to ask for help.
Comtong created the Endless Spirit Foundation. He says cancer patients and survivors need physical and mental support. His foundation provides assistance in their day-to-day lives and gives them a place to share personal stories and ask questions.
It affects your whole life. And so Endless Spirit Foundation wants to help outside of that medical realm in any way that we can.
Comtong says battling cancer is expensive. Between treatments and loss of income, some could be facing costs in the tens of thousands of dollars. His foundation hands out these cards, which people can show at participating businesses to get a discount.
A lot of little bits of help comes into a lot of help.
The Canadian Cancer Society says about 45% of Canadians will be diagnosed with cancer, a major reason why Comtong is expanding his foundation to cities across the country, offering support beyond Red Deer's borders. Evan Kenny, CTV News. The University Hospital Foundation is launching a new initiative for diagnosing and supporting Albertans living with dementia. The Dementia Care Pathways Project aims to close critical care gaps for people with mild to moderate dementia living in the community. It focuses on early diagnosis, coordinated care, and real-world support. It will begin at the K Clinic in Edmonton and the McLeod Primary Care Network near Whitecourt. The goal is to create both urban and rural-based programs to then roll out province-wide.
Being able to equip primary care physicians with this is what a family member might see that might be leading to dementia will better equip them to say, how do we intervene early so we can slow the disease down, and also support the caregivers around them, because really the care around the individual with dementia is all-consuming.
The initial project will cost $3 million. The province is spending $1 million, with the University Hospital Foundation providing the rest of the money. 2 water skiers from central Alberta are now world champions. Dorian Llewellyn and Ryan Dodd both won medals at the 2025 World Water Ski Championships in Italy. Llewellyn won men's overall and placed second in men's jumps. This is his first world title following his parents' footsteps.
The moment that I realized that I won, it was definitely not only a huge weight off my shoulders, but also, a bit overwhelming. Yeah, it was huge. Not only, my dad having won there 24 years ago, but it was actually also the same night that my dad was being inducted into the International Water Ski Hall of Fame. So there's a lot of things that came together to make it a really, really cool moment.
Ryan Dodd won bronze in men's jump. He set a world record on Canada Day and is the oldest and longest serving member of Team Canada. And in central Alberta has raised thousands of dollars for the Stollery and Alberta Children's Hospital Foundations. Ernie Bescowini transformed his barley field into a working train station that offered rides to visitors throughout the weekend. He hoped to raise $2,000 to $3,000, but thanks to an outpouring of support, he's already at nearly $20,000. Still ahead, why one local school got a special visit from Edmonton Oilers forward Zach Hyman.
Reading and writing has always been a huge passion of mine since I was a kid. I love books, I love reading, I love writing, and I fell into this.
Coming up Wednesday on CTV Morning Live, how much protein do our kids really need? We set the record straight and offer up a healthy and filling back-to-school snack. See you at 6.
CTV Morning Live Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back. 10 degrees above average today with that high of 29 this afternoon. 4 degrees off the record. I think Thursday, Friday, we could be close to some record highs, though. The records are 29 and 30, and we'll be in the upper 20s. Get some scattered showers, a couple isolated thunderstorms making their way off to the northeast. It's really hit and miss. Most areas getting missed. Tomorrow, should see a bit of cloud cover in the morning in the Edmonton area, then some clearing in the afternoon. Off to the south, and especially off to the southeast, we'll see some pop-up showers, maybe some isolated thunderstorms here through east central Alberta through the mid-evening hours. I think the latter stages of the day, though, in Edmonton are dry and will be mainly sunny to partly cloudy across the entire province on Thursday. 11 degrees in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning, somewhere in the 10 to 13 range as well through the rest of eastern Alberta. 9 for Grand Prairie as well as Red Deer. We'll bottom out at around 14 here in the city. Low to mid-20s for daytime highs across the north. A little warmer in Cold Lake at about 27, 23 or 24 for Lloydminster. Red Deer, Coronation, Jasper, all in the mid-20s tomorrow. And Red Deer, you get sunshine for much of the day, although later in the afternoon there is that slight risk of a spotty shower or thunderstorm in the area. Again, hazy tomorrow. Air quality health index likely in the moderate risk range, so the same as today and yesterday. We get to about 26 or 27 for high. I've got 27s, but this is really conservative for Thursday, Friday. I think 29 or 30 is possible, one or both of these days. So the record for Thursday is 29. The record for Friday is 30. So we'll be close to some record highs there to close the work week. Into the weekend, we'll drop a couple of degrees back into the mid-20s. That's still well above average. Average high is 19. Next week, though, pretty close to average and a decent chance of seeing some rain early in the week, especially Monday and early in the day on Tuesday. Until then, looks pretty dry for the next 4 or 5 days and a continuation of the warm spell. That is your forecast.
Tomorrow, 25 players will report to the Oilers rookie camp for medical and fitness testing at Rogers Place. They'll hit the ice Thursday for practice before playing a game at Rogers Place Friday. Tickets for that game are now on sale. Some of the big names attending rookie camp include Isaac Howard and Matt Savoy. And with training camp right around the corner, a published author from the team decided to surprise an elementary school this afternoon. CTV's Merrick DeCash reports.
A special surprise for students at St. Elizabeth Catholic School.
It was very difficult to keep this a secret. You could feel the energy in the room with staff and students, but we are super excited that he was able to join us this afternoon.
Students were expecting a reading session from Oilers TV host Gene Principe. Instead, Oilers forward Zach Hyman came through the door to read one of his own books.
The welcome I got today, I was shocked. I usually get a big welcome, but today was pretty special. The kids were extremely loud and excited, and it was really awesome to see.
Hyman has published 3 children's books. Today he read Hockey Hero, a picture book he wrote back in 2015.
I thought the book was really nice, and through my mind I was like really excited.
It's very nice and cool and all about hockey and inspiring. Maybe I could try hockey.
Reading and writing has always been a huge passion of mine since I was a kid. I love books, I love reading, I love writing, and I fell into this.
The Oilers forward signed more than 200 copies of his books for the entire school. He also took some time to sign jerseys and other items.
A lot of these kids haven't met an Oiler, neither have our staff, so an opportunity to have someone come and share a book. So he's a published author, the love of reading, his passion passion for writing, a wonderful role model for the students here at St. Elizabeth.
Despite giving students a day they'll remember, Hyman still has some work to do when it comes to winning them over.
My favorite Oiler, I don't have a favorite because they're all good.
Merrick Takash, CTV News, Edmonton.
Exciting day for those kids and exciting days ahead for fans as the Oilers come back. That's all the time we have tonight. Thank you for tuning in and have a good rest of your night.